Alrighty, hopping right in. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we've got a rec review between my Patreon member Jeremy V and his opponent. It's actually around 1500 elo. We're gonna put our guys in blue always. So we're gonna play blue red. A lot of people ask me why I do this, guys. We always do this because there's some people that are colorblind watching, and they told me that blue red is the absolute best for the colorblind. So I know some of you guys might want to see different colors and whatnot. I just like to keep it blue red so that everybody can enjoy the game. I have no idea what map this is, by the way. It looks like it's mega random. This is a new mega random one though. Such a cool map. Look at that. Water on the outside. You got wood that's blocking it. And as the player, you don't really know that that's happening. Like you don't know that there's water on the outside. So kind of interesting. And then the middle is just some kind of like open land map. This is a fantastic map. I would like to see this map in tournaments even. This is a good map. Yeah, so we have a rec review here with our man Jeremy. We're also live streaming this, but you can't see the chats. Although we have Ferryman in the chat saying first time watching you live. Hello, Mr. Ferryman. Yeah, I won't interact too much with the chat because you can't see it on the screen here. But we are live streaming these, and every single one of these will go to YouTube as well. So you're gonna be flooded, absolutely flooded, with rec reviews over the next few, let's say over the next couple of weeks. All right. So we got Jeremy playing as the Kitans versus his opponent playing as the Portuguese. Now I just want to say flat out here, as some subs are flying in here. Thank you guys for that. Appreciate it a lot. I just want to say flat out that I personally think it's not worth playing the Kitans right now. All right. Honestly, I don't think it's worth playing the Kitans at all. I think they're gonna get nerfed pretty hard, and I think that we're gonna have to learn or like relearn pretty much everything when it comes to like the Kitans and how they play out. So my advice to you is to avoid playing the Civ until the nerf comes through, and then decide if it's worth playing the Civ afterwards or not. All right, as like a main Civ. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at how Jeremy does. So starting off, he's 1500, which is actually quite a high elo. Okay, that's a mistake. Oh, actually, I was gonna say that's a mistake if you plan to take these berries, because that house should be in front of the berries, or at least as part of a wall with the berries. It's kind of just like doing nothing here. But you could take the berries at the back, so it's chill. On this map, you get 2 sets of berries, which is fair enough. Alright. And he's just learning in deer. On this map, you get no boars. I noticed it's very common with Mega Random. You just don't get any boars. But you're doing a really good job balancing the economy with no boars. Just kind of using deer and a mix of sheep. And I'm pretty sure, I might be crazy on this, but I'm pretty sure I was coaching Jeremy like a year ago when he was 1000 elo. And he's 1500 now, which is absolutely insane. So that's pretty good progress, my man. One of the chillest guys I've ever met, by the way, seriously. Like, this guy is just, I think I played against him and his boys. I did a couple coaching sessions with him on voice. Super chill guy. But anyway, we're not judging his chilliness today. We're judging his AoE2 gameplay. Alright. Going for the second mill. I think that's probably worth it because he can't really like stay only under the TC. He only has 3 sheep left. He did all the deer but 1. And now he's gonna click up to the next stage 20 out of 20. And I just realized your opponent playing as the Portuguese here, he is chilling because he's got 2 sets of berries. So actually your opponent's in a better position just based on the map, and you can see the rest collected will be in favor of him, but hey, there's nothing we can do about that. He just has the Portuguese berry bonus there. So what is our bonus here? Our bonus is the Kitans, is our farming, our pastures, and our scouts with foraging. That's like our main game plan here. And judging by our map, we have, it's kind of open. So we can definitely make something happen. And there's a lot of gold and stone. So we're not going to be shy of playing with gold units this game. Not at all. Right? This is not like a standard Arabia where you have to kind of watch out for your gold. On this map, you can play full gold the entire game because, I mean, look, you have so much gold, right? Alright, stable on the front. So far, so good. I like what Jeremy did here, guys. You have to learn from this, by the way. He scouted his opponent. He did a loop around his opponent's base. This is so crucial. I would even like to see the loop be, like, pure. Like, really scout everything around his opponent's base. You have to do that or else you're not going to know where to attack. Take a look at his opponent. I don't think his opponent did the same thing. Yeah, his opponent didn't scout him. So now, just based on the scouting, his opponent cannot attack Jeremy. All right. It looks like his opponent's setting up some kind of fast castle, though, but we don't know that. So we're going to look at Jeremy's perspective here. I'm gonna see if he's gonna move out with these scouts or not. Going for the second stable with the Khitans. Ooh, I don't like that. No, that's absolutely horrible. For a couple reasons. Khitans already produce scouts 25% faster, so you don't need the second stable right away. And making that second stable is actually delaying your pastures, which is what's broken about the Civ. It's much better to go stable and then a couple pastures than a blacksmith to get the forging upgrade, which gives you that extra attack. All right, it's much better. This is going to be the play even after the Khitans get nerfed, by the way. The 2 stable, it's going to look good right now. You get an extra scout out. You're not going to be able to produce. Look, it's already idle. Idle because there's no way you're going to be able to produce from 2 stables. I consider this a huge mistake, Jeremy. And I never want to see this again. All right. Setting up first wave of scouts. Looking at a couple spearmen here. Not bad at all. But, you know, we can probably still find some damage. Because we are playing as the Khitans. And, you know, we have a lot of scout flood potential. Especially with the 2 stables. So 2 spears not going to scare us too much. But we should wait until we get foraging probably. Gonna go to the defensive tower. Good play from the opponent to micro that spear. And good play for me to run away. Let's go for the easy pick. There we go. Actually, both players played insane right there. That was fantastic. Good 1500 gameplay. Taking a quick look at your economy here. First of all, I love these walls. These walls are fantastic. Walling out the main gold, maybe the only issue, but you do have a back gold, which you know about, so that's completely fine. And I'm gonna go for the blacksmith. See, the only mistake so far is just going for that stable. That second stable. Blacksmith with forging coming out early is amazing, and you killing a villain already is also amazing. So at this point, Jeremy, we're going to do a little pause. We know our opponent is not doing anything aggressive. All right. We know he's going to go for a fast castle because he's got a tower at the back. He's already making farms, and he doesn't have a feudal age production building. He only has barracks. So at this point, you should be hyper alert. Shoot, my opponent is going for a fast castle. 2 ways to punish this. Number 1, go all in feudal and pressure him to the point where his castle age is not worth it even if he gets there. And number 2, you shoot up to the castle age yourself as fast as you can. And both these methods are viable, but with the Khitans, I recommend that you play an extended feudal age because of how strong your scouts are. All right, and because we already have that 2 stable setup. All right, and your opponent is actually misplaying a lot here because he's still really far from the feudal age. From the castle age, because he doesn't have his, both his buildings. So we have a lot of time here where we can do damage. And we can kind of see that. Like, we don't see his buildings. There's no reason to assume he's already up. So at this point, what you have to do is be very active with your scouts. And then just keep spamming pastures as soon as you can afford it. Which to be honest, you're doing a great job with. Look, he's keeping his wood count low. His wood count low. That's exactly what you want to do. Alright, villas keep coming out. As soon as he can afford a pasture, he just drops it. And that's it. Yeah, quickly just thanking the Twitch viewers for all the subscriptions, guys. Really appreciate it. I'll thank you guys individually after. We have a bit of a treasure train up right now with a 35% discount on subs. So listen, I'm just saying, for the YouTube watchers, you missed out on this opportunity to support your boy. The Twitch viewers have the opportunity to support me at a discount here, and I appreciate Twitch for giving us this opportunity. We'll see if my Twitch viewers will take advantage of it. All right, I'm just the middleman here. I got no horse in the race. Even though technically I do. So, let's go back to our game here. We're going to take the fight against the spears. This actually looks horrible, but it's completely fine. Because Khitans are absolutely broken with that free forging. Or, not free forging, but double bonus forging. And it makes scouts versus spearmen not a fair fight. Alright, so that was actually a really good play from Jeremy to take that fight. Even though it looks like super cringe at first. There's 3 spears, back up, ah! What? We melted those spears. Not even a problem. Alright, so that's a Khitan special. And this is really good. Jeremy's pressuring his opponent, not letting him get the fast castle. At this point, Jeremy, you should know he's going to go for a fast castle 100%. And this is where you're going to get punished by me, though. Hold on. You can't wall like this and then take the forward gold. It's not a possibility. If you wall like this, you have to take the back gold. Because what you're telling me with this wall is that you're walling out this gold. Because now your villagers have to go around, which is inefficient. And if you get raided, your villagers have to go around to go to safety. Or you have to start deleting buildings. Both of which is bad. Also, it's very hard to protect that gold now because you got no natural walls around it. So if you want to wall in to take this gold, you wall up here and then you wall down here. Keep the gold in your walls. If you're not going to do that, don't take the gold. This wall is perfect if you just take that back gold, okay? So make sure, it's very important, by the way, make sure that this is clicking, all right? Because look at these guys going around, and it's very exposed here. All right, so maybe overdoing it with fighting the spears here. Our scouts are not that strong, but I mean, still, like, it's reasonable trades. I don't mind these trades because at least you're forcing your opponent who's trying to like greed up to Castle Age to make army, which is good. Take a look, he's got like so little he has so little builds, he's got so much idle TC. And you're just forcing him to make more and more spears, forcing him to get armor, which is actually really good. So even though, like I said, maybe overdoing it a little, I think it's still really good to start pressuring these spearmen and to take them out as much as you can. All right, it's very, very important. Not much else to say really for the start of the game. I think you're doing a good job. Now transitioning towards Castle Age. My opinion is that your opponent wants to go for fast castle organ guns quite clearly because he's on stone and he's not doing anything. In my opinion, the best way to stop that is actually to play step lancers and raid the sides, and actually just step lancers in general with the Khitan, so we'll destroy that. Okay, no reason to overthink it. You could also play heavy CA if you want to, but because you have so many farms up already, so many pastures, I just recommend you go for step lancers and it should be an easy game. So fast forward a little bit, I think this is completely fine here, what you're doing. Nothing really much I'm missing out. So far just the second stable, it's been like the main issue, as well as some of the base building, some like gold. Alright. Are you running around with the scouts? Your opponent's gonna go for his castle. So here you can't deny the castle, it's really hard to do that usually. So what you want to do is just get up to the Castle Age, go for some step lancers, and then to defend the organ guns, it's really simple, guys. You just go for a siege workshop at home and make some mangonels, and in this case rocket carts, and you're gonna be more than fine. Yeah, literally more than fine. A lot of people think this fast castle organ gun thing is good. I think it's absolutely horrible. I tried it recently. It got nerfed way too much. Be careful not to fight the spears now. At this point, he's got enough spears. He also has that armor, so you gotta watch out. I want to see what Jeremy does in Castle Age here, because a lot of people panic to this kind of rush. Let's see what Jeremy does. Also, it's worth pointing out, Jeremy, you're gonna have a bit of an economy collapse here. All right, it's very important. It's a high-level topic. Economy collapse is when your economy will hit a point where things aren't working. You don't have enough resources to keep your economy flowing. I'll tell you why that's the case. 3 stables. And we want to pump out step lancers, all right? Our pastures, we didn't get the horse collar upgrade or domestication. So these guys are going to start running out rather soon. Look at this. This is on 4 food, 24 food, 68 food. You see that? A lot of them are on a couple hundred, but a lot of them are about to run out. All right, the first wave that we did. So we're going to need more wood to sustain that. So every villager that comes out should go towards wood. You should not make an extra town center because we cannot afford that with 3 stable production. So you should go full spam with the step lancer, and villas that come out of TC have to go to wood to be able to stabilize. You don't have a market, so you can't send them to gold and buy your way up. You can't make more farms, so you can't afford it. I want you, Jeremy, to be aware that this will happen just based on your wood situation and just based on the fact that you skipped domestication or horse collar with a normal civ, okay? And this is for the YouTube watchers as well. It's a very high elo concept, very advanced concept to watch how your economy will collapse. But let's see how Jeremy deals with that, okay? Because it's very important to handle that. Because, like, strategically, we're going to need a siege workshop soon. We might need a monastery as well. But we're not going to get to any of that if our economy collapses. So what you should do is when the first few farms idle, you want to send them to wood and make a lumber camp. Alright, because you're going to realize, or you recognize that you're going to need some more wood. Taking a bad fight there against the pikes, that's not the best. Jeremy, it seems to me like you went AFK the last 30 seconds. What the hell was that, my friend? Look at that. I can't rewind on this version of Capture Age. No, did I break the wreck? What happened? I tried to rewind and like the game didn't like it. Just because I wanted to rewind? Are you serious? Yeah, I broke the wreck. I can't believe it. Okay, and we're back here to the moment that Jeremy went AFK. So as you can see, his pikes, or enemy pikes, have taken out our step lances. And the reason is he was microing these few scouts around the base. That's the reason I caught it on the second watch here. This is a huge mistake, okay? And I'll tell you why. Microing these 4 scouts that are low HP, that can't really find much damage anyway, because your opponent has a castle and a town center and a tower and army. These scouts will never find any value. So what you should do with these low HP scouts on the transition is just scout the map on the sides. There's a lot you haven't scouted. Like, you don't even know this water yet. So scout the map on the side and then focus up with your Castle Age units. Losing Castle Age units because you're microing Feudal Age units that are on low HP is a huge problem, right? So keep it simple. Send your scouts to just scout the map and focus on your Castle Age army that's much stronger here. Alright, so that's the reason. And then, because now you are in danger at the front, you lose your scouts as well. You might kill it though, which is decent, but you're going to lose those scouts. So, definitely just a mistake on all fronts there. And yeah, let's talk about the economy collapse. So, again, this is very messy. You don't have bow saw, you don't have any of the upgrades, and our woodline sucks. Our farms are also bad. In this case, definitely just make another lumber camp, okay? He'll know for next time. Your opponent's push actually sucks complete ass, to be honest with you. It's literally horrible. It's one of the worst pushes I've ever seen. Because Pikeman Organ Gun is just both units die to Step Lancers. Like, literally. Especially in, like, early Castle Age. So, you're not even scared at all of this. And hey, remember when I said your gold was going to be exposed? You almost got punished. Now you have to make your TC here. Which is not a bad position, but you almost got punished. If your opponent's push was not complete ass, you could have been in some trouble here. If you had like just crossbow pike or something like that. But organ pike is literally horrible. Again, honestly, organ gun is just, it got nerfed so much. I think it's just a horrible unit in like most cases right now. It's kind of a shame, but I think it's only good in late game. It dies to siege as well. All right, good job with the step lancers just kind of running around here. You're doing pretty well. Now we're on 2 TCs. Basically, our opponent has such a bad setup at the moment, economically speaking, that we don't actually have to rush it. So my recommendation for you here is to just fix your economy, add some more economy, some more vills, and get a monastery to pick up relics and heal your army, and just relax. Slow down the pace of the game, and just defend every time your opponent attacks you. The reason is he's on 1 TC. So all we have to do is literally just not die to his push and we win the game. So you're trying to do something with your step lancer, which I consider that correct, running in and out. That's correct. Keep an eye on your opponent's army. But it's only correct if you pair it to the monastery to heal the weak troops. Alright? So you run in, see where he's at, go back, heal, and wait for him. Because we know we have the stronger economy here, we don't need to actually rush the game. Alright? I wouldn't like to see you raiding with your whole army here. This is a strategic mistake. Alright? Because we already have the win condition, which is just defending and then beating your opponent's army when he walks forward. Because the risk here is that we give up the front of our base, and then he comes for his army, starts killing vills, and then comes for a forward castle. That's the big risk. We cannot raid him. He's got a castle, he's got a tower, and he's got a town center, as I mentioned earlier. We cannot raid him effectively here with 60 HP step lancers. So because of that, we should just play some defense and wait for him to come out and get the win right now. If you were here at the front, you would clear up this army easily, and you'd get the win. Siege Workshop is fantastic, Jeremy. Bad timing, or unlucky timing, let's say, but it's a fantastic choice. So here, the option was like Siege Workshop, Monastery, and just chill at home. Wait till he pushes out, clear him once, and it's GG. You're not going to be able to find too much damage here. It's not possible. You'll kill 1-2 vills, lose a few step lances in exchange, and you're going to be forced to run back. It's just not that good of a situation. And again, I didn't have to see that play out. I knew that was going to happen. You should have known this was going to happen because he's got the castle. Meanwhile, our entire economy is idle because of his organ guns. You see what I mean? So this push that we already established is pretty bad. Is actually doing a lot of damage to us. Alright? Someone in the chat said, oh, it's Jeremy the Aussie. LOL. He's famous. I'm telling you guys. This guy is famous. He's well known. Alright? Oh, we're floating a lot of res. What's going on? No. This is horrible, Jeremy. What the hell is going on here? It feels like you're choking it. I mean, I hope you see now, when you watch this rec back, it's such an easy win. But because you don't know what to do in the game, it feels like, holy shit, I can actually lose to this. But all you had to do was just stay home and wait for the rush to come in, which you knew from all your in-game information. That's why when you're playing the game, you have to be gathering info. Oh shit, he lost Vills and Feudal. Oh, I was trading scouts into his spears and he's trying to go for some weird fast castle. Oh, he made a castle, start of Castle Age, and he got pikemen. All of that tells me his economy is going to be horrible. So when you know your opponent's economy is horrible, all you have to do is clear up his main army. Now you're going to start spamming step lances again. You were floating a lot of resources for a while there, which tells me you're panicking. So my advice to you, Jeremy, is to just simplify the game. you know you're winning, all you have to do is defend. Just stay on defense, keep spending your resources, and simplify the game. This fight is really awkward to take because you have to take it now. Whereas if you just took it at the front of your base, you didn't have to take it. But now that he's in your base, you have to take it, which makes it much harder to take it. Do you understand what I mean? We took it in a decent fashion, at the very least. Not bad with the rocket carts coming in. But we actually lose a lot of units there. We could lose the game. This is exactly what I was saying earlier. We had such an easy win condition. All we had to do is defend the push and we win the game. But because we were out of position, we now have to take a weird fight. And again, we have to take it because he's behind our base. And now it's rough again. And we got into this position because we stopped spending resources. We could have had an extra 10 step lances in that fight. And 10 step lances would have made us win the fight. By a long shot, by the way. Alright, so now we gotta fix our wood. Wood's all out of whack here. Alright, good. This is an amazing rec to review for YouTube as well. Fantastic. See, look when you catch them out in the middle of the map. You see that? Not a single step lancer died. See what I mean? If you have to fight, and he's just like backing up, keeping the pikemen in front, it's gonna be a nightmare. But if you catch him in the middle of the map, and you've got like, he still has to walk forward, he can't just stand still and fight, then you just run away until he walks forward, then you attack him. Catch him a little bit off guard. That's how you do it. Hope I'm making sense here. 3 siege workshops. Jeremy, I played this game for 15 years. I've never made 3 siege workshops and castles like this back to back. This screenshot doesn't exist in one of my games in the last 13 to 15 years of professional Age of Empires. Why the hell are you doing it? Why, Jeremy? Can't even afford this. Can you get that domestication, brother? Instead of 1 of the siege workshops? Like, I'm okay with 2. But 3? You're going 3 siege workshop battering rams? Jeremy, are you out of your mind? My goodness, you took his push personal. He's just trying to win the game. He doesn't hate you. You don't gotta go 3 siege workshop battering ram push here. Even my cat's upset. She's yelling at it in the back. She said 3 siege workshops? Nah, she's just yelling for food, actually. Alright. Jeremy, I never want to see this shit again. The hell is this? 3 workshop battering ram? In Castle Age, 2 is more than enough. Look, you're not even using this one now. Alright. Keep making step lancers. Like, spend the res on step lancers. It's like your main unit. It's the unit you have fully upgraded. This is the best unit you have on the field. There we go. You're spending it now. You're just a little slow with that, but it's okay. Alright. I was like, where did this guy come from? I was looking for the 4th workshop. He was just lagging behind from earlier. Alright, 6 rams. Alright, someone in the chat asked if this is a roast or coaching. It's a very honest coaching, guys. Very honest. I tell everyone, don't send a rec if you have a fickle mentality, alright? If you're scared of words from me, don't send in a rec, alright? When they send a rec, I let them sign something. I said, I can say whatever I want about you, and that's okay. Take no responsibility. Rams are coming in. I mean, to be fair, I just want to say, I want to address this first. I don't mind the ram push, but I think it's actually late. Like, I think it's like not worth going for. Let's see if it works. But I think a much better approach, generally speaking, would be to just get your economy set up and get up to the Imperial Age. You might be thinking you're behind in economy, and that's why you're going for this push. But it's fair enough. 2 workshops though would have been enough, to be fair. Let's see what you can do. Let's make sure you take the fight right now. So I don't care what you go for. Now that you have the rams, I want to see you committing to it, and I want to see you taking the fight properly. Step lancers in the front, patrol, stand ground. Stand ground, patrol. There we go. Excellent. You took that one beautifully from the hill. Yeah, this is GG. That was actually beautiful. Well played. Spread them out on the villas. Rams can hit the castle. Alright. It's not bad. I like that you committed to that play. That's very good. Worst case scenario, Jeremy, is if you sent in the rams and then you're like too scared to fight and then you went back with the lancers, I would have literally threw my PC out the window and then threw myself after it to catch it, of course. But since you committed to the fight, that was fantastic. Alright, we actually won the game off that. Alright. These rams should be able to kill the castle. You don't have to worry about that. Monastery comes through. Finally, this monastery is so late, by the way. Like, if you're playing cav units, monastery is just so natural. Just throw that in there. It's also insane against, like, pikemen, for example. Convert a pike, The other pikes target the pikes, so your step lancers don't take damage from enemy pikes, and you just clear them up. Alright, looks like the push is going pretty well. At this point, I think the game is pretty much over. So I think we can fast forward a little bit. Not much else to talk about. I mean, I do want to talk about a little bit at home, though. When you're pushing, look back a little bit just to fix this economy. Because, like, this shit, you're never going to get out of 1500 if your economy looks like this every time you go forward, right? Because if your push doesn't win the game and your economy looks like this at home, we can actually risk losing the game. So my best advice to you is every time you have a break in the push. So, like, right now, you had a break because your step lancers went up top to just kill those vills. I can't rewind, but your step lancers went up to kill those vills. So you have, like, a 20-second window where there's nothing that can go wrong in the push. In that 20 seconds, go back to your base. Look, fix it in 2 seconds. Take all of these vills, throw them on a wood line here, and then make a lumber camp here. And that's it. Then your economy is going to be much better because now your economy is horrible behind us. Now we kind of have to win with the push. All right? Don't take that lightly, Jeremy. There's one thing you take away from this coaching, it's that. Every time you have a break in the push, pull back the army, or like pull the army to safety, and then make sure there's nothing can go wrong, go back to your economy. And I have a whole Patreon video about this as well, of where to look and how to play faster. How to play faster, how to have higher APM. It's not a matter of genetics like some people think. It's just a matter of priorities and how you get about doing stuff. I have a 35-minute Patreon video about just how to play faster. One of the best videos I made. And now you're just destroying him. What APM is this Civ? 11 GG. Priceless. Your strategy was some hot garbage, bro. Do not blame the Catans in my game. Do not blame. You played some hot garbage for 40 minutes, brother. We saw the 3 minutes of AutoTC in Feudal Age. Don't blame the Catans. Yes, it's a broken Civ. Alright? Viper can complain about it on YouTube. Alright? You can't, Priceless. You cannot. We saw some hot garbage from you, my friend. Strategically. Alright? He's right, though. Nah, good rec review. I think both of y'all could have used some tips on this one, but Jeremy's the one paying me, so I'm going to give the tips to Jeremy. Jeremy, just final thoughts here. I think the most important is actually the economy while you're pushing. I think that's the most important thing. You had a collapse early on as well. Remember, the second lumber camp? Milky, I'm trying to work. Milky, you're like 35 in cat years. Can you just go out and get a job already? I got like a grown-ass Karen just meowing in my house. Alright, Jeremy, so you had the collapse in Feudal Age as well. You could have fixed that by just making a second lumber camp, right? Second lumber camp would have been perfectly fine. Early on, it would have solved a lot of your issues. But even here, like, this is disgusting, you know what I mean? You gotta fix this. So if there's one thing you take away from this wreck, it's that when you fight and you push, go back home and you fix your economy. Second thing, the second most important thing I would say, is that I want you to simplify the game, alright? I know you're making the game complex because you were microing the 4 scouts, alright? You're making the 4 scouts when you're already in Castle Age. Way too hard. Like, even I don't do that. Let them auto-scout, simplify the game. When you're Castle Age, focus on your Castle Age unit. The first 2 minutes of Castle Age with the step lancers coming out, that's the most important. That's the only 2 minutes where you could have sent 3 step lancers and potentially had time to raid because there's not much going on the game. But then after that, your opponent's on 1 TC pushing you, just stay on defense, right? Get that workshop in earlier and then fight him when he's in the front of your base. All right, I really hope that everyone understood the distinction of fighting in the center versus fighting when he's behind your base. Very important distinction. All right, that's it, Jeremy. Hopefully this was helpful and best of luck in your ladder grind. I'll see you when I see you, brother.